Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way. You're either going to grow or you're going to die. It's like anything else. When I left, I thought I was tired of coaching, but after I got out of coaching, I found out I wasn't. What I was tired of was just maintaining. That's why I went back into coaching, went to South Carolina where there's a challenge, etc. What am I going to do? I don't know, but I do know this. You have to have a reason, you have to have a purpose, and you have to have a passion. A passion for what you want to do. I think it is so important that we support this organization. I will personally make a financial contribution to this organization because I believe in what you're doing. And it's so important. But just having a goal and having a belief and having a faith in what you want to do. Martin Luther King made one of the 10 greatest speeches in this world. It changed this society, where he stood up in Washington in front of thousands of people and said, I have a dream. And I have a dream, and it motivated people and inspired people. Do you think that would have the same effect that he stood up and said, I have a strategic plan I want to talk to you about? Strategic plans don't excite people, but dreams do. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what's going to happen to me, but I do know this. You always have to have a dream. You have to have a belief, and don't ever try to maintain anything. A marriage, a business, or your general life. The last thing I want to share with you is just a simple philosophy. I'm not very complicated. I wasn't a very good athlete, as Coach will tell you. Matter of fact, we were in there taking some pictures. A lady said to me, did you play college football? I said, yes, ma'am, but I wasn't very good. She said, I can believe that. I couldn't help but reflect when they're going to give the Heisman Award on Saturday night. We were blessed to go to New York several times. Once with Tony Rice, once with Tim Brown, once with Rocket Ishmael, etc. But I'll never forget, I went to New York to be with Tim Brown, true story, in the event he didn't win it. Because once Tim Brown won it, I didn't need to be there because he'd have all the well-wishers. But I needed to be with Tim Brown if he didn't win it. And they were shown live on CBS television. During the commercial break, Jim Nance said to me, Lou, we have a little extra time. Do you mind if I interview you? And I said, no, that's fine. They turned on the TV light after the commercial. The first thing Jim Nance said to me, Lou Holtz, did you ever dream about winning the Heisman? I said, all the time. I said, Jim, I wanted to win the Heisman for 3 reasons. I've been the first player from Kent State in Ohio to ever win it. I've been the first defensive player to ever win it. And I've been the first third-teamer to ever win it. And the interview ended very abruptly. He said, well, we have to move on. So the person standing up here is not a very talented individual, and I'm certainly not a very bright individual. It always amazed me that they thought I was smart enough to coach at Notre Dame, but they didn't think I was smart enough to go to school there. I guess you have to be smarter to be a student than you do to be a coach. When I got out of Beach Loup, Ohio High School, I was in the lower half of my high school class. If it was not for people like me, there could have been no upper half of the class. I did do a very difficult jigsaw puzzle once in a year and a half. I thought that was good because on the box it said 4 to 6 years. I thought that's pretty good for me. But I bring this up because I have a very simple philosophy in life. I think that we have an obligation to raise people up. There's 2 types of people. Those that lift people up and those that pull people down. And to me, I think the most important thing is what we've tried to do with our family. I have 3 simple rules. Just do right. Do what's right and avoid what's wrong. If you have any doubt, get out the Bible. Second rule we have, whatever you do, I'm going to expect you to do it to the very best of your ability. And the last rule we have, I expect you to show people you genuinely care. Why do we have those 3 rules? Because everybody you meet asks these 3 questions. 1, can you trust them? The only way you can trust people is if you both do the right thing. My wife and I have been married 43 years because she can trust me explicitly and I can trust her. Ladies and gentlemen, it's like anything else. I used to be insanely jealous of my wife. I don't say this proudly. I used to feel so inferior. And I used to be insanely jealous of my wife. We'd go to a cocktail party and she'd be talking to another man. He's always better looking, better built, more intelligent, and I think, gee, why wouldn't she rather be with him than with me? And all the way home, I would unfairly criticize my wife, trying to pull her self-image down till she'd reach a level where she would think she was lucky to have me. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a prime example. The people that don't have enough confidence in themselves to lift other people up, but everything starts by doing the right thing. If you do the right thing, I want to tell you, you will feel good about yourself, you'll feel comfortable about yourself. To me, I've seen so many athletes ruin their lives. I've seen people ruin their lives because they don't have the discipline to stop and say, is this the right thing to do? It's right to be honest, right to be loyal, right to be on time. It's not complicated. It doesn't have anything to do with looks. I still get mad at the media. I'm mad at the media for a lot of different reasons, but 1988, we're 10-0, number 1 in the country. We go out to Southern Cal, play Southern Cal. They're 10-0, number 2 in the country, and we beat them 27-10. We spent the night, went to a Notre Dame prayer breakfast, and then took our team to Disney. It was Thanksgiving weekend. We go into Disney with all these photographers. They want a picture of our captains with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. And then they asked me to pose for a picture, and they removed them, and on my right they put Pluto, and on my left they put Goofy. I thought it was a little weird, didn't say anything, just pulled down my Notre Dame hat. The picture appeared in the LA Times on the Monday after Thanksgiving, 1988. You can get it out and verify it. It was one with me, and it said, here's Lou Holtz, head football coach of Notre Dame's Fighting Irish at Disneyland, Pluto and Goofy. That didn't bother me. What bothered me was the next sentence, because it was in bold capital letters. It jumped out at you. It said, Lou Holtz is a one in the middle. You know, you don't need that, but it's just the way people are. But to me, the second question everybody asks, are you committed to excellence? Do you really want to be good in everything you do? When I read about this, you have over 200 cases in 38 states. And you have 5 full-time attorneys, over 200 volunteers. The work you're doing is absolutely incredible. And as the third question everybody wants to know, do you care about me? And I think that's the most important thing. Ladies and gentlemen, the great thing about coaching, the great thing about teaching, the great thing about having children, the great thing about being associated with the Thomas More, I keep getting Center for Law. Is that right? Law Center. Okay, as I said, I'm not real smart. I went to school to eat my lunch, but, you know. But why is that so great is because you not only can be successful, you can be significant. Ladies and gentlemen, when people are successful and they pass away, that ends. But when you're significant, you help other people be successful for an awful long time. I don't even know what time I got up here. I don't know how long I've been speaking. I should have looked at my watch before, but you've really been a delightful group here tonight. But I just believe that attitude is so critical in what we do and how we do it. And I think having goals and having dreams is critical in everything we do. I also think you have to have a passion for whatever you do. And that means sacrifice. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way you can be successful without sacrifice. I was on the elevator one morning, and the cute young lady got on there at 6 o'clock in the morning. She had on a jogging outfit. I said, how far are you going to run today? She said, 6 miles. I said, wow, I don't even drive that far. She said, do you jog? I said, oh no, I want to be sick when I die. But I admire these people that have the discipline to go do those things. But you show me a successful family, a successful coach. You show me a successful businessman. I will show you somebody that's made a sacrifice. And I certainly hope that you'll pass on to the 200 volunteers and your attorneys that I know the success you've had is great, but I also know the sacrifice not only they have made, but their families have made as well. And ladies and gentlemen, you really make a difference in this country.